Back in October 2016, a hiker made this discovery. He came upon an abandoned campsite while hiking in Berkeley-Jackson County Park. But disturbingly, there were multiple different missing person signs attached to trees all around the campsite. The posters themselves were 100% real and showed actual missing people from various US states. Upon his discovery, the hiker would start recording right away.
Okay, we're deep in the woods. Sort of, we're like on the border, because like there's a side of the woods where there's people's houses. But I came to a trail that led to a trail that led to a trail up the hill. But I saw what looked like a fire pit. And remember, we're still in the woods. We're still in the woods, right? I don't know what this is. Do you see the trees? Look at the white. Okay. I was like, okay, these are probably no trespassing signs, or maybe it's something for the wildlife or something. Look what these are. What the is going on in here? This is Utah, Florida. They're all different. They're all different. Every single one. This one's from Georgia. And look at it. Like, look where the we are. Who the does something like this? And we got this one. And it's obviously these, you can tell, these aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right? Look at the tape. Look at the water damage. These birds have been hanging up for a while. Let me just, look at that. And over here in the middle of the fire pit, that's a shovel.
The hiker would eventually inform the police about the discovery. After further investigation, police would dismiss it as someone's Halloween decorations. The hiker, however, was not satisfied with the outcome of this investigation. He made this discovery on October 3rd. According to him, the posters did not appear to have been put up recently. He returned to the campsite later that year, but this time he was stopped by numerous no trespassing signs.
Okay, first of all, I am not violating any of these no trespassing signs. I'm simply not. I came here only to show you and get it on tape and leave. From here, we can see down there, that's the clearing. So anyway, what they've done, they printed out their own no trespassing signs. Homemade. I'm assuming these are all legally binding. I have no way of knowing, so I'm not taking any chances. You can see they attached them to the trees with ordinary masking tape. These aren't even laminated. This is posted, private property, no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. And we've got one there, one there, one there.
As the cops had already closed their investigation, this would be end of the whole situation. Christopher Knight, a 19 years old, left his house in 1986 and began living in the woods. Christopher would rob from a variety of local campers and cottages to get food. He would also steal things like clothing, camping equipment, gas tanks, batteries, and other items during his break-ins. People in the area were quickly made aware of his presence. Some even started sending the man supplies on purpose, just to prevent him from breaking into their houses at night. But, despite the fact that his methods of survival were fairly well known in the region, one thing was certain: he did not want to be found. Christopher took extreme measures to hide his tracks. He would never start a fire, so the smoke wouldn't show the location of his camp in the forest. Even though it would often dip down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter, he still didn't start a fire. Instead, he decided to cover himself in several sleeping bags. Christopher's break-ins, however, would ultimately start appearing on camera footage as the years went by and security cameras increased. Then, 27 years later, while routinely stealing food from a camp, he accidentally tripped a surveillance sensor. Police were notified, and they arrived on the location. After years of living alone in the woods, Christopher was arrested by the police, making the first human interaction he had in a long time. The authorities had finally apprehended the man responsible for countless burglaries in the region. Eventually, Christopher led the police to his camp, which was filled with stolen items accumulated over several decades. In the end, he was sentenced to 7 months in jail and 3 years of probation. In June 2020, a man found himself in a life-threatening situation while helping a friend move furniture in their basement. The man did not know that the house was built over a well. Unfortunately, while he was crossing the room, the floorboards broke and he fell 25 feet into the well. Fortunately, there was water at the bottom which helped break his fall, but the water was extremely cold. The man had to cling to the rocks on the wall to keep his head above water while he waited for the fire department to arrive. The fire department was able to rescue Christopher quickly and he escaped with only a close call from hypothermia. This happened back in 2013. A 10-year-old named Alex Kettler was on a routine visit to his grandmother's house. He got bored and started exploring the attic to pass the time. There, he stumbled upon a peculiar-looking case. Upon opening it, he was shocked to discover a dead body inside. He immediately informed his family of the shocking discovery. Obviously, they were horrified. Further investigation revealed that the container was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a mummified body inside. The mummified body was taken to a hospital in Berlin for examination. Experts believe that the find could either be a genuine mummy or an incredibly convincing imitation. The new homeowner of the recently purchased house made an unexpected discovery in the basement. The previous owner had passed away, and the house was purchased for a reduced price, though the new owner would have to clear out the remaining junk that was never removed by the previous owner. While cleaning, he stumbled upon a piece of plywood covering a section of the wall. He managed to remove it, and what he found shocked him: a small room filled with gun cases, military ammo crates, and a large gray metal container, all filled with bullets. The man estimated that there were hundreds of bullets in the room. But the most surprising find was the large safe, which he couldn't get open. It is unknown if he was ever able to get it open, as there is no update. A person had recently got their first house. Every time he entered the basement, he would be greeted by eerie noises originating from within the walls. The noises consisted of screams, laughter, and sounds of suffering. The noises were coming from a part of the wall where there were no rooms. The homeowner thought it was possibly an animal. One night, he was abruptly woken up by loud metallic banging sounds outside. He peered out his window and spotted a shadowy figure emerging from a metal door that was tucked into the grass. The figure ran down the driveway and disappeared from view. In the daylight, he got a better look at the door and realized it was a hatch that had been camouflaged to blend in with the lawn. Fearing the unknown, he never ventured down there, instead opting to seal the door shut so that whoever was inside wouldn't come back. This footage was captured in Canada during an early morning in December, depicting a strange noise echoing throughout the forest that many hunters claim to have never heard before. The source of the noise is not clearly identifiable.
I don't know what that is. Scary shit. What is that?
According to a comment, the mysterious noise captured in the video could have been produced by a wolf that was left by its group. Another possibility is that it was caused by a different animal, like an elk or a bull moose, but none of these explanations have been verified.